Now, I think I know what you're thinking. This build looks really jank. So, the Staff of Awareness has plus 28 item find. Having a weapon with, say, a slot, we could only get to plus 20. So that makes it still the best weapon for item find, even though it's substantially less damage. But damage from weapons isn't a big thing, it's more the modifiers we care about. So for instance, this has 109% damage. We don't really care about the 168, because we're getting just so much from relics. So essentially, this is item find. This is the most amount of item find I can get out of items. The chests are 28 as well, so there's no point running, say, the Cosmic Shield and the Treasure Gem. The only thing is obviously plating and equipment. I would like to run the radioactive suits on everyone, but we have nowhere near enough uranium. I would like to run a different magnificent robe, one with obviously item find plated. Don't have enough obsidian yet, so this is probably what we're sticking with as a base. And then as we get all the materials to swap out different gears, we can then go ahead and plate it and swap it out. I will probably do the weapons and shield though. And pets, obviously going to be item find. We're probably just going to dump our relics as well, and either gold. I don't think there is an item find one I can think of. HP, crits, attack damage, gold, mana. This one, this essence find. No, so it's not item find, but it's fine. Probably dump it in just health or attack maybe. I think having the health far above the attack is still necessary, because we're getting to the point where the Dark Lord could one-shot. But hopefully he can still one-shot the Janitors, and then there's no issue there. But yeah, so I'm going to do the plating, and then we'll give it a go. Yeah, so I didn't even have enough to plate everything. I ran out of the gems. It's pretty decent. We're at 366. Hopefully we can find everything. Also starting to, unfortunately, run out of the plating slots. So something's going to have to give. I mean, the good thing is the majority of our gold stuff can roll into, obviously, our gold team. Withering is still necessary for the boss rush. We need at least 16 slots open. So it needs to be 44. So we have one too many to actually work on an actual progress team. Because for progress, we probably want to run either uranium for the stats, withering, or if we run withering. No, because you'd still want withering on the radioactive armor over the platinum for progression. Yeah, unfortunately. And boss credits on the actual boss credit team instead of withering. I have to figure out plating eventually. Relics. Okay, I'm gonna dump into something. Yeah, so just into health. And then whatever's left into attack. We'll go ahead and complete our progress comp. Kinda like to save them over here, but oh well. And this is gonna be our item find comp. Again, I can't think of a better actual cohort. You still have the Thief for all the chests. We have more than enough keys, so we don't need a Huntress. Dark Lord for Janitors, have an owner for all the perks. I guess you don't want the Wizard anymore for warping, maybe? But he's still warping's valuable because you find better items further in. So clearing as far as possible is still go-to. Obviously, our damage and everything's gone down, but with all the relic boosts we got from farming, we should be fine. So I'm going to start from 4,000. Probably 4,600 to be exact, because I'm pretty sure that's the Janitor with Delirium is the end of the mountain area. So we'll start from 4,600. And yeah, no credits left, so just doing a normal run. Hopefully we find some goodies. So he's doing 43, so yeah, so because of the relics, we should be able to get pretty far. Already a blue item, should get some pretty good drops. We'll come back when done, probably in a few hours, me at least. I don't know if you guys picked up on it. I didn't change the key settings, so we haven't been warping at all, meaning this run's taken pretty much the entire day. We're also at the point where the Dark Lord is no longer one-shotting, so So we might start running problems, so I'm probably going to stop the run at 14,000 and see what we've got. And then either work on unlocking the janitor or an actual floor per hour comp. Because yeah, the 882 is not good. I mean, even before we were at, I think it was 1,200-ish. So we've really slowed down, and it's mainly because we're not warping, but we could obviously get a lot higher if we actually make a comp that relies on the wizard and the blacksmith acting more so than the Dark Lord, so we're probably going to cut the Dark Lord. So the janitors are fine, but some of the little, they're not mini-bosses, every 10 is sort of the issue. We will exit and see exactly what we got. Hopefully we got some good stuff. I mean, we did 8,000 floors. So we got some new armor. It's not unique. It has withering, has magic as well, so that's really good. Also has a gem slot and sleep resistance. And then 2 more mythic. So we did get a speed trinket. So I'm curious now if this will make us go before the janitors. And okay, crit 1. So the carpenter can't sharpen themselves. There has to be some way to do it with 2 carpenters running crit. Because I'm pretty sure Nailed It can crit. And obviously, once you unlock this sort of space and time, where it's each crit adds 1 level to your next warp, you want to set up so you always sharpen. So whether or not we're using a carpenter or we're using the Dark Lord, I need to unlock the janitor. That's what we really need to do. So we'll start with this as a basis, but we'll move stuff around, probably cut the Dark Lord, and try to work on a comp that's sort of going for distance, but also mainly just letting us clear the janitors and hopefully unlock the janitor class, so I can check that out and see how that sort of fits into the dynamic of everything. Far from perfect, and I can see one glaring issue straight away, which is there's no consistent form of AoE clearing, because the wizard's trying to cast Foretell as its priority. I could make Eviscerate higher, I guess. That means it's only going to Foretell on groups less than 2 or 1. Because essentially the priority is Foretell, then Eviscerate, or Judgment if it's boss. Blacksmith also, Taunt is the priority, and then Sweeping Smash. So our damage reduction is only 70% as well. How did we get... Oh, we used a Leaf Shield, that's how. Trinkets, I'm trying to use Withering. I don't know whether or not to swap out the Carpenter for a Dark Lord. The issue I have is, because the Dark Lord doesn't have armor or a shield slot, well, the shield slot's not too important just yet. We haven't found any mythic or legendary or unique shields. But armor-wise, this 14% attack and 14% boost to stats is very significant. And I feel like 3 trinket slots, depending on what the other mythic trinkets are, maybe. But at the current time, I think the Carpenter's single target damage is just too great not to use. I mean, yes, we're using the wizard to deal with any bosses, actually. That's what the Glass Warden's for. So having the Carpenter for single target actually isn't important. But no, I'm wrong. The Carpenter should be a Dark Lord with a Slowstone. So he can clean things up with his Shadow Slicer, which means he should probably go... Second would probably be the quickest, but not the safest. Third would be the safest, because then the Blacksmith will get off taunting. Fourth would be even better because of the Nurse. The Huntress and the Tavern Owner are strictly utility based, so the Huntress for cooldown reduction and the Tavern Owner for all the Tavern perks. They're not a huge deal to sort of get rid of. Just placement of the Dark Lord. I think the Nurse being able to heal is definitely useful. But is it more useful than clearing? Realistically, as long as this speed Ooh, wrong one. As long as this speed buff works as how I'm thinking, which is it's more than enough to put him ahead, then the wizard's fine being first. And the blacksmith is almost redundant, and should go something like that. Maybe that. Where the wizard is either warping or killing the boss, and then the Dark Lord is dealing with any groups when the wizard is using Foretell. Blacksmith taunts once we get to the point where the Dark Lord's not doing enough damage, I guess. Which means things have a chance to survive. The Nurse and Cleansing. Don't know. Maybe for the Primal Lands you'd want the Nurse before the Dark Lord so that you can deal with Delirium and not compromise your weapon choice. And then we'd probably just want... He's not going to crit because it's single target at the moment. Probably just want more Withering. At least for now. So 2 more of these. And it's damage up as well. It's an extra 10% Withering, so it should be at about 50%? Yeah, 56. Probably trying to cap that out might be best. The gem-wise, I could swap to the Pearl Gem, but prevents Delirium and Gold Find seems decent enough. I know we're not necessarily doing the Primal Lands this run, but this comp is probably what I'll leave overnight to try and see how far we can actually clear in the Primal Lands. Boss and the Elf Farm's really good. Just comparing the amount of the legendary gems we got compared to the 8,000 floors I just did, it's astronomically different. So we definitely need to leave the Ore comp. We'll bin this and save it again. Is damage reduction still what I think is necessary? To be honest, for speed, all we really want is keys and progress. And, ooh, not that one. In the settings, you'd probably just skip mine shafts because they're slow, and bonus treasures because they're slow, and you're just doing healing fairies and warping. I mean, we'll give it a go. We'll see exactly how far this comp can get us. Still need to optimize it. I'm hoping once we see what the Janitor's like, I can sort of figure out the final comp that we're going to use. There's still 2 more there. And there's at least another 3 there. Considering this is the legendary accessory, I'm going to assume that all of these are mythic, so it's 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's still 8 mythic accessories to find. Armor-wise, who knows, there's at least 1. Weapons, haven't seen any. Definitely probably some. Shields? There's still, yeah, 3 more shields to find. Interesting. Curious. I think this is split up. Was the Cosmic Shield from normal or the Primal Lands? I can't remember. No, because the Leaf Shield's all the way down here and the Power Shield's definitely from the dungeon. Anyway, well, I should probably spend the relics first off and then we'll give it a go. Slash, is there anything left for me to buy? I might as well buy this. It's just done at this point. The oddity shop, I don't think we can afford. All will no longer spawn. See, this doesn't really matter to me because we skip over all with the current settings anyway. Warping into dungeons always free is kind of nice, I guess. Probably just skipping ahead to the animation cancelling ones are probably what we want. Mainly this one. This was probably the greatest jump in speed. As well as like the path choosing. Anyway. I'm gonna probably just dump it in gold. Really don't know what the priority is. Definitely just using the... I should actually upgrade the blacksmith. Using the miner to grind out levels, I think is definitely better. Because even if it's 1 per fight, then 10,000 floors is 10,000 levels split between every relic. And that's pretty much how we've done the majority of these levels. But anyway, enough lollygagging. So we'll start from 10,000. These settings definitely on warp this time. Yeah, so the wizard's going before the Dark Lord. That's great. Ambushes are an issue though, because now we're not outspeeding them. I'm not thinking about damage. All I'm thinking about is Why did you... Why are you using judgment? So that's something that's really going to hinder our floors per hour. Is it using judgment on what I assume is regular enemies? I think that's because this... No, judgment. Okay. I understand. Using it as the strongest attack for whatever reason. I mean, I guess it makes sense. It is the strongest attack. It's also the slowest attack. If we turn this off, the Dark Lord's still... No, we just... Easy fix, we just change this to strongest group attack. And that should do the trick. Grab it out again. So yeah, I'm just trying to maximize speed over everything else. This count is the only thing I'm worried about. We shouldn't use judgment. I mean, that animation's still kind of... It's not too bad, and it's doing a pretty good job. There's a little warp. Yeah, that's a much better counter. Hopefully we can sort of keep it up. Group attacks are all we really want to. The only big one is nailed it, and we've got nailed it through other means. It's looking like this should do good. Definitely getting the thing to speed up that animation will really help too. Yeah, this rate is so much quicker than the Dark Lords. Anyway, it looks good. Hopefully we can maintain this sort of 3,000, 2,000-ish floors per hour. And get the Janitor. Come back once one of two things happen. Either we lose or something special happens. Here we are. I looked overnight, maintaining around the 2,000 floor per hour speed. But I think we could probably get that higher. I am going to stop it because I want to see what we've gotten and obviously try to optimize things a bit better. Once we get a chest, getting these weird orb thingies as well. I'm curious about. We will exit. Nothing item-wise, it looks like new, no. Gem-wise, nothing new. Fortunately, it looks like nothing new. That's disappointing.